Well, here we are at part two, why I created no rejection marketing and the catastrophic crash of the economy and why it's so important for you to understand it in order for your business and for you to survive. As with most trends, especially economic, what goes up must go down. Everybody knew that this boom was too good to be true. The only questions were, when would it bust and how bad was it going to be? Well, as you well know, the question was ultimately answered in the fall of 2008. However, it actually started in 2007. We knew something was up for about a year. Things started slowing in 2006, and we could feel it, but it was early summer of 2007 when our banker told us the news. All of the Wall Street fraud and banking lending policies had caught up, and he wasn't quite sure what was going on, but the word at the top was lending was going to stop in the next 30 days. He was dead right. Within 30 days, lending stopped, and so did business. Our real estate business virtually stopped dead. To complicate matters worse, pay-per-click had matured to the point that it was much more expensive to maintain. Our budget of $2,000 to $3,000 per month wasn't cutting it. In fact, when we calculated what it would cost to continue to dominate pay-per-click, we realized it had doubled and probably would triple or quadruple in the next year. It did, in fact, do that. That was when we learned a very, very painful and expensive lesson. Do not put all your eggs in any marketing technique or weapon. I don't care what the gurus tell you. If they tell you their program will make you $40,000 tomorrow, run the other way. They are selling you a pile of BS at your expense. So what did I do when my real estate business crashed? Well, I went on vacation and took a year off. I was totally burnt out from working for 3 straight years with no vacation. So the slowdown was a welcome relief at first. We had 2 years with cash reserves, so I figured we could weather the storm. I was convinced the economy was going to come back. It was in 2008, when the banks and Wall Street crashed the economy for good, that I realized everyone, and I mean everyone except that elite handful at the top that are pulling the strings of the world economy, we're all in major trouble. And when I say this, I don't just mean me. I was what I call successful, but not a multi-millionaire. I had friends, multi-millionaires, who ran in the same situations as me. So it was in 2009 I realized the magnitude of the disaster and the greed on Wall Street. We were meeting with our bank president about the refi programs. You remember the refi bailout programs, right? The ones that the banks said, oh, they're offering these to help distressed homeowners. We're helping them out. The ones that were offered but no one was approved. Well, we had been jacked around, lied to, and our refi applications lost 2 and 3 times. And then finally we were turned down with a short letter saying we didn't qualify. Now I sarcastically said to our banker, do these banks have any business sense whatsoever? We are nearly perfect credit. I was a 740 or 750 and my partner was 800, I believe. Money in the bank and have the best shot of anyone of paying our loans off. Why would they refuse to lend us money? His answer sends chills up my spine to this very day. He said, they don't want to bail anybody out. They have their bailout money, and they're going to wait until the last businesses go down. And because you and your partner are conservative and always ran your business right, you're going to be the last ones to fall. That's when I knew everyone was in trouble. Our banker was right. While most of the fly-by-night real estate brokers and agents stopped paying their mortgages as soon as business slowed down and declared bankruptcy the first year of the crash, we ended up hanging on until the end. We short-sailed the $1 million property for $400K. I gave my last property back in 2012 and had to do a bankruptcy. So why would the elite at the top do this? It makes no sense whatsoever to a true businessman. However, it would take longer than this video to explain everything, and I do that for you and I work together, I'll explain it in a bunch of different videos and show you what I'm talking about. I was there firsthand. I've got relatives on Wall Street. We have banker friends. They looked me in the eye and told me exactly what was happening. But suffice it to say that they realized, these people at the top, the very elite, not the people down below, not the bank presidents on the local level, the people at the top realized they were powerful enough to do it with little or no consequence. So you have now witnessed the largest wholesale transfer of wealth to an elite few at the top in the history of the world. It's not your fault, it's not my fault, but we are left to figure out how to survive and thrive in this new harsh economy. And that's why it feels different out there if you're a small business entrepreneur. It really is different. Nothing works the same as it used to. There's a totally different set of rules, and these rules are mainly set by huge megacorporations with no heart, no soul, and no sense of ethics or morals. Since the crash, huge megacorporations have taken over almost all markets. When the smaller companies couldn't weather the depression, the larger companies stepped in and bought them, or worse yet, just absorbed their customer base. That resulted in small business persons and other unfortunate individuals that lost their jobs through downsizing having to seek any employment available. That employment came with a price. The entrepreneur making $150K per year found themselves working for Walmart at $8 an hour. Why? Because Walmart was one of the few megacorps still hiring. If you were fortunate enough to land another job in the same field, you almost always took a huge pay cut. Why? Well, the megacorps knew that they could outsource your tech job or skill to other parts of the world for pennies on a dollar. To add insult to injury, a propaganda campaign funded by the ultra-rich was initiated to direct the blame away from themselves, the culprits that caused the crash, and they turned it on those of you that still had jobs or the ones that couldn't find work or had lost their businesses. Somehow, the truth was twisted and spun so it was the small businesses and the individuals. It was you and I that defrauded the poor banks and Wall Street that were to blame. The banks and Wall Street were innocent and blameless. The U.S. now has ended up with two sets of haves. There's the haves that we all know about, which are the ultra wealthy. But also, there are the employees of the megacorps and those that were able to keep their jobs. You're not going to rock the boat. If you work for a megacorp and you still have your job, you're not going to point a finger at the guys at the top. So it wasn't difficult to turn that finger of blame onto the poor and the underprivileged. And it quickly became a game of blame the poor and jobless rather than hold the real culprits of the crashed economy accountable. The heads of the banks, Wall Street, and the huge megacorps continue to thrive and get richer. Not only that, but the very same people that caused the crash are now at the helm on Capitol Hill. They run the world. They run the country. I call it corporate feudalism. It affects you virtually in everything you do with your business and your life. There is a new set of rules and playing field that the elite can change at any time that they want. Argue that it's not true? And some people do. They argue with me, and I'm like, I was there. I was there on the inside. I know the people that were doing it or know of the people that were doing it, and people still argue with me about it. Argue that it's not true or ignore the ramifications for your small business. You will not stand a chance. It's a reality that you have to factor into your business strategy and marketing plan. Over the next 4 years, somewhere around 2011 and 12, I spent the majority of my days engaged in internet marketing and coaching and mentoring others on how to start up or breathe life back into their businesses. At first, in 2008, when I first started doing it full time, it was easy. I was loving life. Within the first year of my new endeavor, I thought I was going to replace my lost real estate income totally. I even had my first 10,000 day of sales. However, as soon as I gained momentum and thought I was on the way, Google would come up with a slap and a new algorithm, and the whole industry would be upside down. I soon realized none of the internet marketing gurus really knew all the answers. Most were peddling a piece of automation software that was outdated as soon as you bought it. Others were selling a great marketing breakthrough idea, but again, the problem was they sold a dream rather than a reality. I was beginning to embrace two distinct revelations. One was the terrible truth, and the other was the light at the end of the tunnel. I'd been fighting a nagging idea for the last year, but I had refused to acknowledge it. I had been searching for a single breakthrough idea or program that was going to help everybody, including myself. The terrible truth is there is no magic bullet. There's no internet marketing plan or scheme that works for everyone, despite what the gurus will tell you. I had to accept that premise in order to master the new business environment and achieve internet market domination. I also discovered that most of the internet marketing guru programs had some truth to them. The problem was that only a true master and veteran of the internet could separate the BS from the truth. It was almost funny. I'd been chasing the notion that there was a single program or piece of automation software out there that could save small businesses and get them back on track. That notion was actually holding me back. Once I accepted that terrible truth, I achieved breakthrough. I was able to assemble the tools and weapons that do work and throw out the ones that didn't. As I applied my new mindset to my real estate business and also my coaching and mentoring clients, things began to gel. My real estate business is back and gaining momentum, not at the level of the boom, but I think that any true business entrepreneur would agree we don't ever want that again. And if it does happen, we better be ready for it. The new marketing system I created, No Rejection Marketing, addresses the critical shifts in business and the economy, as well as addresses the major flaw in just about all of the guru programs on the internet. That flaw is in the assessment and launch phase of your business. Now, why would these brilliant internet marketing wizards leave out the most critical element? Well, because it means that they would have to impart the single most important aspect that any wizard owns, their time and their knowledge. Yes, the reason you may have failed in internet marketing before, and possibly many times, is that you don't know what you don't know, and it's very lucrative to keep you that way. It's kind of like if you were given a manual on brain surgery. You still wouldn't know how to start, nor which surgery to do for a specific condition. If the goal is to continue to sell you marketing products and ideas, then the key is to keep you in the dark so that you can't tell the difference between a product that works and one that doesn't. Another one of the terrible truths that I discovered while coaching and mentoring thousands of clients is that only about 10% of you are technical enough to figure out true internet marketing. It's like brain surgery. There are so many variables and they are constantly changing. In order to be successful, you need someone to assess your goals, your current knowledge level, your passions, and your challenges. Once you've been assessed, a seasoned internet marketing wizard can plug you into or supply the critical missing elements to your business. Your specific and unique business and marketing launch plan would empower you to focus on your strengths and passions while outsourcing the aspects that you're not as strong on. In short, I discovered that the majority of you that claim to want to learn how to market yourself or a product on the internet don't have enough technical knowledge, nor patience, nor time to learn how to do it before you run out of money. So I quickly started separating the two groups of clients and students, those with the technical aptitude, time, money, and patience to learn how to be successful at internet marketing, and those that need assistance with their marketing plan and efforts. The beauty of this new system, No Rejection Marketing, is that both groups can realize fantastic breakthrough and success. If you are technical and have the desire and resources to learn true internet marketing, I'm happy to guide you through the steps. If you need the assistance of my team of internet marketing wizards to either help you identify and start up a successful business or explode your existing business, we're here for you. And we will shortcut your learning curve and your ability to make money quickly. The critical secret is in the assessment and the launch development phase. It is literally the difference between spinning your wheels in frustration for years or launching your business rapidly in the right direction with the right weapons and tools. So where does that leave us? Well, to summarize, in my personal business experience with mastering the internet marketing and traditional marketing, I realized the following challenges. Number one, internet marketing in the business environment is changing and shifting almost by the hour. To be successful, you must embrace a plan that addresses this. Marketing techniques and weapons that worked yesterday may not work today. To succeed today, you need someone on the inside that can guide you through the marketing maze. There are huge and indisputable trends that can drastically influence your success or your failure. Refuse to acknowledge and embrace them, and you're shooting in the dark. The key to success in today's business and internet marketing jungle is to know your strengths and capitalize on them, and outsource your weak areas. Not everybody has the technical expertise or aptitude to become an internet marketing wizard. It doesn't mean that you can't be successful at internet marketing. The secret is to enlist the expertise of somebody that's been there and done that to assist you in your new business or marketing launch. Combine this with a marketing component that gives you a steady stream of pre-sold leads, and you should be unstoppable. So if this strikes a chord and you're ready to take the next step, look for my contact details below and give me a call or contact me online. If you want to learn more about why no rejection marketing works so well, go ahead and proceed to my next video.